My name is Dejanay Oliver. I'm in Group 8 along with Duncan and Jonas, and we did our research project on the lie detection induced by cognitive load. I will be presenting the results as well as the conclusion. For the results, we'll just talk about the average of our 3 interviews. And so the 3 of us each interviewed 2 people, and we asked them 2 sets of questions. The first set of questions were based around detailed responses that prompted a little more effort and more thought into the answers. This first set of questions were just normal questions. There were 8. The second set of questions were also 8 questions, but the first 4 had no follow-up, and the second 4 had follow-up, and follow-up was just us asking a follow-up question to the original question we asked. As a result, in total, the accuracy of our lie detection, out of the total 24 lies, there were 14 that we were able to detect. That gave us a 58.3% accuracy in detecting the lie. The primary indicators found within these 6 interviews included eye movement, delayed responses, and arm and hand movements. In the second question set with no follow-up, of the total 12 lies given, 6 of those lies were detected. That gave us a 50% accuracy. The primary indicators for that included direct eye contact, hand gestures, and over-enthusiastic responses. The second question set that included follow-up. Of the total of 12 lies, 8 of the 12 lies were detected. That gave us a 66.6% accuracy. The primary indicators, nonverbal indicators by the way, included direct/excessive eye contact, as well as ingenuine responses. The response to the follow-up questions, however, produced delayed responses. There was a lot of fidgeting and gaze aversion, as depending on the question and if they decided to lie on that question, they needed more time to think and were more caught off guard. So, to conclude, the observation of nonverbal cues did lead to the determination that an individual was responding untruthfully. Overall, with all the interviews, individuals began to show specific nonverbal cues when they were lying. Some nonverbal cues were common throughout all 6 interviews, but some nonverbal cues were specific to the individual. These specific cues, when present, made it a little easier to tell when the individual was lying. When given the opportunity for premeditation, as receivers, the ability to read nonverbal cues did vary. Some of the individuals were perceived as less comfortable, while for some individuals seemed more comfortable, confident even, in their responses. Because of the level of confidence that the interviewees had in the premeditated false responses in the question, the spontaneity that was injected into the dynamic of the interview by follow-up questions did result in a level of shock in the interviewees, leading to easier lie detection. First, the lowest level of accurate lie detection was recorded in the scenario in which the interviewees had premeditated their responses. Secondly, the intermediate level of accurate lie detection was recorded when the lies were not permitted, but there was no follow-up questions asked. Finally, the highest level of accurate lie detection was recorded when a follow-up question was asked after the original premeditated response of the interviewee. When compared to our hypothesis, when compared to our hypothesis, it was determined before conduction of the experiment. The results of these 3 interview question scenarios. We're gonna edit that. When compared to our hypothesis determined before the conduction of this experiment, the results of all 3 interview question scenarios lined up directly with our predictions. So overall, having spontaneity within our interviews resulted in the accuracy of lie detection increased by 16%. So having the ability to have people know that they're going to lie and then essentially calling them out on it allowed us to trying to think about this. You can edit this however you want, by the way. So I guess you could put this next part in the beginning. I was trying to figure out how to go through the results of our, because we did, well,